G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. Now today I'm going to use my big geode shaped tray. This is just the regular one. The other one is huge. It's like double that size, but I'm going to use this one today. And I am going to put some of the fantasy film in them because you know when I was doing these guys and I said to you I really want to you know, do a bigger tray and like layer them and do all that sort of thing. So today's the day. Look how amazing they turn out. So that's what I'm going to do. Love them. And then I'll have a set. I'll have a tray and matching coasters, although these aren't geode ones, are they? I'll have to do some more geode shaped ones. Right, so once I've done the tray, look you guys, look what I've got. Oh, I just can't. Oh, look, they're just so cute. It's a little, it came with a knife, fork and spoon, but I'll keep the two spoons for something later, but I'm going to use the little fork and knife and we'll make a little tray. So that'll kind of look like what it's going to be, because I'm going to do black background. So I thought these would look amazing. Just got them off Amazon. You can maybe search, if I forget to put the link in, search like knife and fork, maybe door handles. I think they're actually door handles or drawer handles. So yeah, check them out. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out of the way and we're going to start heating up our fantasy film. I will put the link for where I buy my fantasy film down in the description below. I've got a stick to hold it so I don't have to hold it with my fingers. Now I'm going to try, I don't know if I can do it, but some person said, oh, all I can see is the back of this. Well, yeah, true, but you know, it's just how it is. I can't exactly lift this up, it'll fall down. So anyway, I'll try and get you down on an angle, hold the camera with one hand, hold this with the other, hold this with my teeth, and I'll try and do it for you so that you can see what I'm doing, okay? I'm not a videographer, it's just me. I'm trying my best. But there's always someone, isn't there? There's always someone. All right, so fantasy film. I have got Mother of Pearl. I have got In the Glen, Blue Nile, Spring Morning, and Krista's Eyes. There was one more, I think, that was out of stock at the time, so I'll get it when I can. But that's what they are. So basically, what they look like. I'll take. Is they come on a roll like that, very thin. You can cut them to whatever size you want them, like that. Put that one away. Keep my little bags. And then I've got a big bag with all my little offcuts, my leftovers. Don't waste them because you can keep them, cut them up, put them in pendants, you know, little things like that. All right, so I have got some here that I've prepared earlier. But I thought for those of you that missed my last video on doing these, I will link it up above towards the end of the video. You can watch that. And with these ones, I put my paper that way in the mold so that you could see the little, like the little circles were kind of like dips. Today I'm going to do it the opposite way just to see. So it's that way. So with this one, all those little circles are all going to be rounded. And then these channels will be lower. So I'm going to do it that way today just to see what the difference is. There may not be any difference. These are just some little leftovers that I've got. And like if there was a piece where I wrecked the heating of it and all curled over, I just cut it off. So we're going to do that. But anyway, let's get started. So you need some sort of heat-proof board because this gets hot. You need a heat gun. I think a hairdryer might be too blowy, but look, if you don't have one of these and you've got a hairdryer, you could try your hairdryer. I wouldn't advise an open flame. I think you'll just melt it because it is so thin. So I'll just do one where I hold it like this And then I'll try and get you down so that you can look at it side on, but I won't be able to hold that because I'll have to hold the camera. Okay, here we go. So hold on to it, put your heat on low, and just basically, I just go up and down, up and down, up and down, just generally all over it. If you're getting too close, it'll crinkle really fast. So basically what it does is it shrinks away. Maybe I'll hold it on the side like this so that you can see. It basically shrinks. You can kind of make it shrink where you want it to, like give a crackle, like push. Whoa, there it goes. It goes too fast. Sometimes it goes too fast, but you can kind of push with your stick and make it crinkle where you want it to crinkle. Whoa. And then if it starts to do that, you can just heat it again and lie it flat. Okay, just like that. So that's it. So that's basically it. Make sure when you put this down, you're not putting that against anything that's going to melt or catch fire. Okay, because it is very hot. So with this particular piece, over here, I was talking too much, I wasn't concentrating. So I would just cut out the bit that I want to use here, like so. And the edges that have kind of lifted a little bit, I'll just cut that out. And then basically I'll just use this piece in my tray. Okay, this we won't waste. I think I heated it a little bit too much there. If you heat it too much, it'll kind of get this grayish haze, and you know that you've overheated it, so it's probably not going to be any good, but you can certainly keep the little bits for around the side there. I'll put it in my bag and keep it for later. All right, let's get you down. I've got two more that I have to do. Get you down and see if I can do a little bit of a closer shot for you. If I can. All right, it's probably going to fly away, but I'll just try it, okay? One hand holding this, one hand holding the camera, and let's try this. If it blows away, it's not my fault, all right? I'm trying. It's probably a bit loud over here next to the heat gun, because it's right next to the phone. I'm just taking my time. Yeah, if you get too close and it gets too hot, it will shrink really fast. And you know, it'll overheat and you'll lose your design. Okay, so what's happening in the middle there is the sides, see how it's not doing anything? The sides are kind of lifting and the middle's not. So this is where your stick comes in handy, because you can kind of move it. So, but I can't do that at the moment. I'll try and see if I can get some effects in the middle. But I might not be able to, because I can't move it. So probably not. Try and do that, and then I can see if I can get it to scrunch a bit. But yeah, lifting the corners or lifting the middle or something like that will help it to sort of scrunch. But anyway, that wasn't a very good. I can't do it one-handed. I need to be able to hold my stick. And see over here, it's heated a bit much and it's sort of got really, really scrunched. But anyway. It's not the best one, but yeah, you can see it's you really do need to kind of scrunch it. I'll try again with this one. And also, if you give it like too much heat, I'm just going to stop there and give it a bit of a scrunch in the middle. If you give it too much heat as well, you'll ruin it. So go slow. This one's working a little bit better. Still can't really get to, can't really get to that middle section all that well. But yeah, I just wanted to show you up close and personal There we go, that's working now. That's working. Whoa, and it blows away. So yeah, it's worked quite nicely, that one. This one, I'll just put it in my scrap bag, and I'll do it again. I'll do another one. Now, the more you heat it, the more it's going to shrink, and the smaller those little holes are going to get. Set against a black background. So yeah, all right, I'll pop you back up on the tripod. I'm going to mix up my resin, and we'll get pouring. I have got some Platinum 360 Plus. A cup full. I did 175 grams of part A, 75 grams of part B. That's 250 grams, which is 1 cup. In Australia, it's a cup. If you're overseas, 225 grams is a cup. All right, so I am going to spray my mold just basically along the edges there to help prevent bubbles, just with some isopropyl. This is 100% isopropyl. And I've just put it in this little makeup bottle, just because it's got a very small spraying nozzle. Go around the edge there. Okay. Oh, look at that. That's pretty good. 1 cup. Pretty good. Here was I thinking I'd have too much. You don't want to go more than halfway up your mold, because you do need to allow room for your fantasy film and then room for your top coat as well. Now, because I have sprayed my mold with alcohol, am I going to torch? No. I will torch, but I will give this a few minutes for the alcohol to evaporate. Don't go torching after you've sprayed alcohol, hey? Just don't. If you wanted to, if you don't particularly want to, I'm just going to do this as well, just to sort of try and get any bubbles away from the edge. Hopefully they'll kind of vibrate loose. Vibrate loose. Now, you could, if you don't want to torch at all, you can just spray the top with some alcohol, like so. As I've always said, I wouldn't do it if this is going to be my top coat, because I think you can see like a watermark, oil slick type thing from that. But because I'm going to be putting the fantasy film over the top, I'm okay to do it. And I'm going to do it this way. Now, the other thing you could do, I haven't tried this, but I'm thinking, how am I going to fit these in? Because I'm going to have to cut, you know, curves and things like that. So you may even want to take these over to another bench, put them on a silicone mat, put them all together in pieces, like overlap them a little bit, and just make like a big rectangle and heat them, like fuse them together. Then, if you've already got a tray that you've made, you can use it as a template and then actually cut it out. So I may do that while this is setting. I may do that. We'll see. I'll have to see if I've actually still got a tray that I've made from this particular mold. Oh yes, I do. I can see one up on my shelf. So yeah, that's the option. You either wait till this is set and then you come along, and like you could put that there, and then you can see where the line is, and then you sort of draw on there with your marker and then cut it out and then place it. Or you can get them all, fuse them together with heat, make one big rectangle, cut out your template, and then just pop it straight on. So I'll have a think about it, which way I want to go. But I will see you when this has had a chance to cure up a little bit, probably about 3 or 4 hours, till it's touch dry. I want to be able to touch it without it sticking to my finger. And then we can put the fantasy film on. I don't want to wait until it's totally settled, otherwise this won't kind of stick and it might lift and you'll get resin underneath it and blah, 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 blah. All right, I'll see you soon for the next step anyway. Right, so this has set enough for me to touch, probably a little bit too set, but I was busy. Look, I don't think it matters. Your resin's going to go over the top anyway, and it's going to, you know, encapsulate all of these. So you could sort of try and layer a few if you wanted to. You could just do them in one layer, whatever you want to do. So I'll get started and then I'll probably just put you on fast forward. It's going to be a little bit tricky actually, just sort of, you know, working out how they're going to fit, but I wouldn't mind a bit of a black edge around. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit time consuming, I think, especially if you're a bit OCD like me. But look, I'll just put that there. I'll put that, actually maybe I'll put it, let me put it like that. Oh gosh, I don't know. Look, it's the first one and I'm stuck already. Oh gosh. All right, let's just put you there. I'll move you over a bit to the side so that I'm going to try and have a little bit of a gap all the way around like that. So there's a bigger gap there. So when it comes time to do another layer, you can sort of overlap a little bit. So it's all crinkly. Now I must remember that I'm putting the rounds up, not down. They're going to be up. And you can actually have a look against the black and see what color you like. This one's throwing kind of like a gold and a purpley tone. So you can pick which colors that you want to use. This one's green and gold. But basically, look, just put them where you want to put them. Might have to, you know, it's probably easier if I do it this way. Like I said to you earlier, if you put it like that, just so that you can get your curves, like so, and then you can cut it out easily. Cut on the inside. You don't want the black marker to be showing, so something like that, and then that'll give you sort of your curve that you're after. But yeah, it's going to take a little while, I guess. Doesn't have to be exact. So don't worry if some areas are kind of lifting or not, because we're going to put clear resin over the top, so it's not going to matter. And then where I've got a little gap like that, I'll get another piece. Oh, is that the right way up? Yes, I'll get another piece, you know, and I'll just cut that as well. So again, just get your marker and just follow the edge of the mold like that. Kind of like a bit of a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? Like so. It's probably, you know, if your resin was too wet, it'd be really difficult because you wouldn't be able to lift things up and then move them around and things like that. So it's probably best if it is a little bit more cured. So just, you know, work on one section at a time. Work out, you know, you might want to overlap. Like so. I'm trying to see which colors I don't already have. It's a bit tricky to work out what I don't have. See, that one can kind of stay like that there. I do like this greenish shade the most. Some areas haven't got very much sort of texture in them, so I might kind of like hide that underneath something else. Like so. But yeah, you can just have a play. Have a little play, see what you want to do. If you want a little bit more of the green showing out, you can just trim that one. Put that like that. Yeah, and just, you know, different layers of them, you get different effects. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I won't bore you with me doing the whole thing now. I'm going to put you on fast forward because I'm going to take my time working out where I want everything and cutting in around the edges, and then I will mix up my clear resin and I will come back to you then. Here we go. All done. My little patchwork quilt. That's what it feels like. And I know the camera doesn't pick up all the color changes and everything, but it is looking amazing. Now I've got some clear resin. I've only made up 125 grams of A and 55 grams of B, because some of them are sticking up, like I just sort of placed them over the top, so they're a little bit higher, like this one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a thin layer and cover them. Here we go. Are you ready? And then after, look at that. And then once this is set up, I can do another thin layer because I need to stick the handles in anyway. So I'll do two thin layers. Just coming in nice and close so that you can see that resin cascading over. Just looks amazing. Hopefully I've got enough. Just need to spread it a little bit with my stick. But basically, that's all I'm going to do for this particular layer. So I will spread it around a little bit. Pop you back up on the stand here. That's better. Now I've got two hands to work with, although I haven't got much resin left. It will level itself out. So these little bits that are, you know, a little bit higher in some places, they will just be adhered to that bottom layer. And then when I come back to do my top layer with the handles, because I don't want to put the handles in now anyway, because I'll lose too much depth of this. You want to get your fingers underneath it to actually pick it up. So I don't want to do that just yet. Don't want to put the handles in just yet. I'd rather do that on the next layer. So I'll just make sure this is all gone to the edges. And then that'll be it. We'll let this go off. We'll just have to wait a little while, just until it's sort of just a bit tacky. And then we'll come back and do the next layer, the final layer, and put the handles in it. Alrighty. But it is looking so beautiful. It's just amazing. So if you've got any little bits like that want to poke up, it doesn't really matter too much on this layer, because the next layer will cover anything that is poking up. I know that am I happy with that one? Not so happy with that one. Maybe not. We'll see. All right, that's it for me now. I'll come back to you shortly. Yeah, and we'll do the next layer. Okay guys, so it's the next day. This has set up. So I've got a nice flat surface now to put my little knife and fork in. Just going to give that a bit of a wipe. Might have left my fingerprints on there. Now, when I got up this morning, there was this little bit of foil poking up. So I just got my little clippers and I snipped it off, and I'll just cover it. So yeah, hopefully that'll be all right. It obviously poked up during the night. So let's work out where these are going to go. So I want them sort of as symmetrical as can be. I mean, the shape isn't symmetrical, but we'll just try looking at the distance from here to here and make sure that's straight. And then over here, make sure that's straight. Might not look quite straight from where you are, because you're not looking straight down. You're kind of on a little bit of an angle. Because the piece that's in the resin's down there, so it doesn't matter if these are a little bit closer to the edge. I think that'll do. I think that'll do. Now they should stick in there really, really well. So, but you do need, I wouldn't suggest that you put your little handles in, whatever handles you're using, unless you do a top coat over all this foil, because it's just not straight. So make sure you put your next layer on and then your handles, and then just pour your clear on. So here we go. Hopefully that's going to cover it. Yes, it did. Look, you don't even know it's there. I was worried about it. Oh gosh. Now you have to be really careful not to drip resin on your handles. Be really careful. I'm going to go over here and pour some in here. Like so. Don't drip on your handles. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? So I've only got, oh, I don't know, 2 millimeters, I think, of space there till my mold is full. So this is Platinum 360 Plus again, and I've mixed up 100 grams of A, 43 grams of B, and it should be enough. It's the same as the layer I did before this, so it should be enough to just cover the surface. Only need a very thin surface covering, just to adhere these little knife and fork into the top of the tray. All right, so that's done. Now very, very carefully, and I think I'll change over to my little silicone brush here, and I'm just need to make sure that this resin has moved. It's very cold this morning. It was like 5 degrees Celsius when I got up, and it's only 18 degrees in the studio, so the resin's like thick like honey. I'll get my heat gun out, just try and thin it out so it can move a little bit better. Thin it out. That'll help with the bubbles as well as, you know, helping the resin to kind of move a little bit, because it's just so thick. You know, when it's cold, your resin's like thick like honey, and then when it's warm, your resin's really nice and thin and flows more easily. So we'll just try and warm it up a little bit and get it flowing. And of course it'll help with the bubbles. So that's pretty much it. Oh, the other thing I'm going to do, I will show you in a minute, because like I said, it's so cold in the studio today, and this is a top coat. I am worried that I'm going to get an amine blush. Now, for those of you that don't know what the amine blush is, I'll just stop that so that you can hear me. Sometimes you may notice that on your surface you get like an oil slicky type thing. It's usually in the middle. The resin all pulls to the center, and then you get like this, you can kind of feel it. It's sort of sticky on top and it looks like an oil slick. It's called amine blush. Now there's a couple of reasons why that happens. The first one is high humidity, because resin is really tricky. It's a finicky little thing. High humidity, and the other one is cold. I find, like with my resins, if I pour resin and it's about under 23 degrees Celsius, I'll get that amine blush on top. And it's only 18 degrees in here at the moment. Humidity is 54, which is fine, but 18 degrees bothers me, so I need to warm this up. And I don't want to leave my heater on in the studio all day, because I have to work in here today and it's too hot. So I am going to get my Let's Resin curing machine out, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. You have seen me use it before. Those of you who have been following me, you'll know that I used it before. I think it was for my faceted pendants, and you may remember me saying you can also use it for bigger items. So this is the bigger item. We're going to use this today. I'm just going to finish spreading this, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do, because I don't want the amine blush on this surface. So the curing machine from Let's Resin comes with a European or plug. I just have to put it into one of these. So I'll plug that in under my bench. Now, probably can't show it to you very well. That's the front of it. Let's resin. It's got a heater in here. When you buy it, it comes with the base as well, so you can put little things on the base and put the lid on. But because obviously this is not going to fit, I'm going to put it like that. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Come out a little bit so that you can see. So I've got these little blocks of wood. I think they're table legs, so those are going each side. Then I've got this cake tray cooling rack, and I just want to pop that under there like that. The little legs fit nicely under there. That's just to stop this lid falling in. Like I can now, you don't have to have, I mean, you could balance the lid on these, but I think just for safety, I like to do this. So all I do now is pop that over the top. It's not going to get, you know, the very edges, but the heat will transfer down. And the bonus of that is it's going to be cured in, you know, just a few hours. So I just need to plug this in now under the table. Okay, all plugged in. Now the only thing left to do is turn it on, and it's very simple. It's just push at the button. That's it. I would suggest putting your timer on in case you're going to walk away and forget about it. I'll probably just leave it on for, say, 2 hours. And then I'm not going to get the amine blush, so that is a bonus. So this is how I've got it set up. Okie dokies. So yeah, that's just what I do in the cold climate. So yeah, grab yourself one of these. They are amazing. I also use them for my silicone molds. If I need a silicone mold to go off really quickly, if I need to make 4 a day, because normally it would only take, you know, it would set, I could only make 2 a day. So yeah, they're very handy. All right, I'll see you in a few hours when it's time to unmold this gorgeous creature. Okay guys, that curing machine worked absolute wonders. It was dry in 3 hours, so oh my gosh, just incredible. Right, shall we get this out? Let's get her out. Peel this back. It's quite a heavy tray. It's gorgeous. I love it. Look at that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. If you want this mold, if you want to make one of these, I will link this mold down in the description for you. Look at it. Got a tiny little bit of overflow there. Let me just pick that off. There it is, just there. Is that the only little bit? I think that's the only little bit. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. Now if you want to, you can grab a little nail file. Like if you have got any little, I've got a tiny little area there that you know, I've just sort of gone over the top of my mold with my resin, and it's really easy just to give it a very light sanding like that, if you want to, like so. I think that's the only little area. Not much at all. Now, you probably can't really see it all that well. Oh, look, we've got half clear, half black. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I think we need to take this outside because I can't hold it. My screen's not big enough. My arms aren't long enough to hold it any further back than that. So let's go outside. Oh, actually, let's see if the handles work. And get my finger. Oh, look, I can get my fingers right under there. So that's great. So you don't want to drop it down too much. Obviously, it's because the fork is curved up, so you've got more room there. But you can certainly, you know, put your fingers under both. Maybe not if you've got big fingers, but there we go. Look, it works. That's its job. It works. All right, let's go. Let's go outside and see if we can see these colours a little bit better. I'll just have to try not to drop it. Try not to drop it. All right, here we go. Oh, what do you think of my patchwork? I was thinking, I'm just going to put it down here for a minute while I open the door. I was thinking that you could perhaps, if you just wanted to have one colour, you could, I think that paper's about this wide. You'd have to do it in 3 strips. If you just wanted, one colour, you certainly could do that. All right, now I just need to open the door and then I can pick it back up again. All right, here we go. I've got it. And try not to drop my phone. Oh gosh. Here we go. Hang on, I just need to zoom you out just for a bit. So it's mid-afternoon, so we've got a bit of shade in the backyard here, or in the front yard, I should say. I'm trying to find just some sun. I need to zoom you back out again to about there. It's a big piece. I'm not used to having to zoom so far out so that you can see the whole thing. Hopefully you can see the colours. Let's go up the driveway. And my usual spot that I stand in over there is in shade at the moment. But I can find another little spot. Because normally I come out here in the mornings, you see. But yeah, it's afternoon now. Oh look, there's a spot. We'll go up there. There's some sun. Full sun. Where's the sun? Okay, nope, the sun's on my right, which means I'm going to have to stand over here. I'm going to have to stand over here. Gosh. All right. There we go. How's that? It's really sparkly, isn't it? Look at that. Look at the surface. It's just amazing. And no amine blush, you guys. That heater worked amazing. No amine blush. Cured in 3 hours. Done and dusted. I absolutely love this. I'm going to pop it in my kitchen. Okay, let's go back again. I hope you're seeing the colours. It's really hard for me to try and show it to you because looking through my screen it's pretty dark, so I won't know until I get back inside and go to edit my video. Okay, here we go. We're in some shade now. Oh, and the dog next door's barking. Woof. It's in the shade. Don't drop it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. Amazing, amazing colours and effects. But yeah, if you didn't want to do the patchwork, if you wanted it all to be just one colour, if you had one favourite colour, yeah, I would just do strips. And you could have it all just one colour. Alright, we'll walk back down to the studio. We're in the shade now. Look at that surface. It is like glass. That Platinum 360 Plus is just to die for, isn't it? Okay, a little bit more sunshine. And then we'll go back inside, hey? Another little zoom in. What is that dog barking at? It's not one of my dogs. It's the neighbour's dog. They've got a big dog. There you go. All right, let's go back inside and we'll have a look at it in some different lights, okay? Let's close this door. I'll just do a little walk around the studio, you know, it's the usual. So you can see natural sunlight, you can see some artificial light inside. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my video. I know it's a bit of a long one, but hopefully you've enjoyed it. And yeah, let me know if you want to see any more fantasy film. I want to use the fantasy fibers next, so that'll be coming up soon. I want to put them in Christmas decorations. I'm going to do a Christmas in July. That will be coming up very soon. So, yep, keep an eye out for that one. But let me know what you think of this. I am in love with it. Come back here onto the table. All right. Oh, that was exhausting. Wandering around the yard. Okay, so, yep, hope you've enjoyed my video. Hope you like my platter, my tray. And I will see you all again real soon for the next video. Okay, take care, guys. Love you all. Bye for now.